the offensive consistency right now, what is most urgent to you as you walk forward out here?
Penalties and being able to score in the red zone. I think, we get into, those moments and, we're either not scoring and converting in those moments, and we know, that we can. I mean, we could have been up 14 in those first two drives we had, I think it was, or first 2 out of 3 or whatever the case may have been, and that would have created a bunch of momentum for us, and I think that's how it's been a good amount of the year, especially these past 2 games, been in the red zone a bunch, and not necessarily being able to punch it in the high red and things like that. So I think that's the 2 main things that we got to fix, and the guys jumping off sides and those type of things we'll get fixed, and we'll get that fixed and be able to move on from those, and then we just got to execute the plays from there.
What's your read on the interception?
Yeah, it was a good read. Rome man-to-man with the guy that caught the pick, and I just didn't give a good ball to Rome.
There at the end, you get hit on the deep ball to DJ. First of all, you okay?
Yeah, no, we're all good.
Second of all, and then the series where you sneak and they kind of take a while to get the ball. What could have been done differently there? I know it's at the end in the 14-14, but still.
Yeah, I think just punching it in that situation. And then, right there at the end, it was just me and DJ not being on the same page. I think it was 0. I think I saw. I haven't gone back and watched it yet, but 0 was sitting. Obviously, he was sitting a little bit lower on the front part of the goal line, but I still saw space to the right of him. So I tried to get DJ to try to throw it there, and I think it was just a miscommunication in that situation.
Do you think that that end of the first half drive could have been managed better? I mean, I know there was an intentional grounding, which probably was debatable, and then there were some passes or some completions inbounds. What was your kind of summation of the whole thing?
Yeah, we had 2 timeouts. The intentional grounding just wasn't on the same page with Loveland. I was throwing him breaking out. It was a choice route, so this isn't anything about Loveland and anything like that. We just weren't on the same page. It's a choice route. He has a couple different options to break in, sit, or break out and things like that. And just wasn't on the same page, and that comes with reps and things like that. So I think that's what it comes down to. I could have gotten out of bounds. Also, if we want to talk about managing and things like that, that's a part of it. Is that I could have got out of bounds in that long run to save that second time out, and but that didn't happen. And so I think it just comes down to connecting. I think it comes down to being on the same page and just executing the plays that are called.
Did you just decide in that moment that you could get more yards? Didn't you go out of bounds?
Yeah, I thought I could get more if I didn't go out, and I ended up sliding and got up and around midfield.
What's the goal down on that last play in the first half where you obviously have no timeouts left to try and set up a hurricane field goal?
The idea of the last play?
Just, what are your options there?
When I was throwing, or what are you saying? Yeah, okay. The play before the last play, I wanted to try and get us back in range, and I felt that they were gaining depth on the defense, and I knew Loveland was about to pop out after he got out in his nudge block, and just tried to give him a runner's ball and keep upfield shoulder and let him get as much as he could to be able to get us in field goal range, and Cairo missed by very, very, very small. So I think in that execution of that 911 or whatever hurricane situation, I think we just don't have the daggone penalty before.
You didn't get as much from the running game as you had the previous 2 days.
Yep.
Was it Ravens, or did you guys just was it something else?
Yeah, I mean, let's give credit to those guys over there. They came out and played a hell of a game. They made the plays when they needed to, and I think that's what it comes down to. It's a hell of a team over there. I know their record doesn't necessarily show it, but they've been in multiple championship games, playoff games, and things like that, and that game today was one of those games where they got to come out and try and win this game, and we didn't execute the plays that we needed to at the right moments, and they did.
You've talked this season about getting that first down. It seems like when you guys got a first down or two, you had some rhythm, but when they stopped you, things just kind of snowballed.
Yeah, I think even in those situations, and multiple times where our first or second play didn't keep us on track or whatever the case may be, we got to find ways to get back on track and either get the first down, or if it's second down and long, we got to find a way to get down and third down and short and things like that. So I think that comes down to me. I think it comes down to us as players, catch a knife or runs and just bulldozing and getting forward and falling forward and things like that to be able to get as many yards and dirty yards as we can to be able to stay in more manageable situations, instead of being in some longer third downs or second downs and things like that.
You talked about red zone. We've talked about penalties for weeks now. Coaches believe kind of you are what you emphasize, and you guys emphasize it.
Yep.
Why do you think it's not changing?
I think we got to emphasize it more. I think that's what it comes down to. I think being able to emphasize it more. I think being able to talk about it more, figure it out is where we're at. Just find a solution on why, and find a solution to stop it, because it's hurting us as an offense and as a team.
Back to the interception. You saying the throw just didn't get there fast enough, or what were you saying?
Yeah. It was just he undercut the route, and I could have let him farther out in front. Instead of trying to give him a shot right here, and he did it. He made a great break on the play. Just unfortunate where we were on the field in the situation.
On the touchdown drive you did have, you hit that screen to DeAndre into pressure. What happened there to spring that loose?
Yeah, coach made a great call. Ended up making a check, and then from there everybody just did their job, and everybody loves screens into pressure. I think doing a good job just selling it like we're normal drop back or anything like that, and then find a way to get a good ball to Swift and let him go make play.
Caleb, what are you noticing with the 2-minute drive? Because obviously you guys were so successful at that earlier in the season. We're probably talking something different if it wasn't for the intentional grounding today. What about that part of the offense needs to change?
Nothing. You got to go out there and execute the plays, and you got to go out there and be on the same page in those moments. And like you said, if we didn't have that penalty, we'd probably be talking about it a little differently. But I think in that situation, we just were on the same page, and the penalty, put us back, pretty far in that moment. And I think there was 40 seconds on the clock in that situation or so, and just being able to find a way to be on the same page and deliver him a good ball, with the pressure that was being brought.
What do you take as a lesson for yourself after a game like this?
Yeah. A lesson for myself is find just throughout the week, practice week, or even in games, if the momentum or if we got to find a way to get in the end zone. And we got to find a way to stop the bleeding when you start bleeding. And I think I can do a better job with that, helping out and leading these guys.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, the best.